This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
It's Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. What? Jimmy in the house up till 9:30-ish today. Just hanging out, and he's going to sleaze with us. But first, I must remind you, we have major news coming Monday at 8:20. You won't want to miss it. Right now, Sleaze with Fram.
Jimmy Barron?
Yeah.
This is a sequel of all sequels for you and I. I'm not sure about Barnes.
What?
But are you ready for this?
Can't. What would Barnes not be into that we'd be into?
Well, here we go. Spinal Tap 2.
Oh, I saw that.
Barnes isn't excited about that?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't love it. I saw the trailer. All it is an amp close-up, and they're turning all the knobs up to 10.
Not 11?
11, one of them 11.
I gotta say, I've read about this. I am excited, sort of. Mm-hmm. The first one was such a masterpiece. You gotta be careful when you mess with masterpieces. But tell us more.
Well, it's following the band as they reunite after a 15-year break for one final concert. Of course, Rob Reiner back to direct.
Is that enough to sustain an hour and a half-ish?
Well, you want to see some of the cameos? You might think differently.
Oh, that's where it's going to be. Who?
Elton John, Paul McCartney, Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood. And then, of course, you know, they're bringing back, I'm sure, everybody else. But, yeah, you bring in some cameos and, you know, it's called Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues.
Now, trivia, Barnes and Leslie.
Yeah.
I was in Spinal Tap 1.
You were?
What?
I was in the front row of a crowd, of a concert scene.
Had no idea. You actually showed up in the movie?
You're now throwing this at us all these years later?
In the scene where they're in the pods and he can't get out of the pod on stage, you know, they get trapped in those pods while they're on stage. I forgot what song they were singing. It's a very famous scene from the original Spinal Tap. They're supposed to come out of these, like, pods, and then the pod won't open, and Harry Shearer gets stuck. And I was one of the extras in the front row. It was filmed, obviously, in L.A.
You know what? You told the story when Harry Shearer was on. Now I remember.
Oh, wow. That I don't remember.
Yeah, you did. Because I heard it on Best Of.
That I don't remember.
It was on Best Of.
Okay. But how old are these guys now?
I mean, you got
They
to
must
think
be
about
80?
it. This movie was, what, in 84 or something? It's crazy.
Wow.
All these years later, Barnes, I know you and I are excited that Landman is definitely returning at Paramount Plus after a break from the first season. Of course, it was like last year, at the end of last year, it was one of the top 10 original streaming series.
So good.
JB in the house, you have got to be watching Landman with Billy Bob Thornton, correct?
So good.
What is that about?
He's an oilman in Texas.
An oilman?
Oilman. Oilman.
It's a Taylor Sheridan show, but it's great.
It's so good.
Allie Larder, fantastic.
She is amazing. The whole cast is phenomenal.
Yes. And here's another one that I was like, wait, what? I thought this ended perfectly. Netflix is currently working on season 2 of The Perfect Couple in sort of an anthology series following another murder, which I think is kind of interesting. Nicole Kidman is going to be executive producer again.
Did you see where she's like grumpy because she's not on White Lotus? I'm sorry, you're on everything else.
I didn't see that her being grumpy for that. Cause
she was like, wink, wink. I love you, Mike. I'd love to be on White Lotus.
She's probably just kidding.
Are you into White Lotus, Jimmy?
I was into the first one. I haven't seen this one.
Well, there's been one since then,
too. Yeah, I know. I haven't seen the second one either.
Let's check out a trailer for Your Friends and Neighbors.
Oh, this looks good.
Okay, this is an upcoming drama series, Your Friends and Neighbors, with Jon Hamm, Olivia Munn, and Amanda Peet. It's going to be on Apple TV on April the 11th.
How are the kids?
Oh, they're fine.
Wife?
Ex-wife.
Well, I gotta deliver some bad news. You're fired.
What?
Life boils down to a series of interconnected decisions. You get the house, the cars, the stuff. But how the hell could everything go so wrong so fast?
Has anyone ever told you that you talk a lot?
Well, I misplaced my inner monologue and my wife right around the same time.
How you doing, Coop? You okay?
Hey, you two. Can I just say, I love that you had such a friendly divorce.
I just need to know how long I could float on what I got.
6 months, tops.
I'd been thinking. These houses have all this stuff no one would miss for a while, if ever.
Rich guy loses his big job, has liquidity problems, turns to petty crime. That's not savvy, that's stupidity.
Maybe it's just desperation.
That's the first honest thing you've said.
Jon Hamm's on a roll right now.
We said that the other day. He's in everything.
Yeah.
And he's like the celebrity all the other celebrities always want to hang out with.
Yeah, he's good.
He gets better with age. Finally, this audio dropping a Jane Doe who accused Jay-Z of assaulting her in a now dropped lawsuit is heard in new audio from a PI, a private investigator, seemingly stating that the raper did not assault her. Listen for yourself.
But Jay-Z, you're saying he was definitely there? But he had no part in it, or he was just...
He was there. He was just there, but he didn't have anything to do with any acts towards you. It was strictly, yeah.
The dog thinks otherwise. The dog is trying to tell him something, but they're not picking up on it.
Right.
What is going to be next for Jay-Z? That is your Celebrity Sleaze.
Michael Rosenbaum and his Smallville co-stars take you behind the scenes of one of the greatest shows of all time.
Talkville.
I just had a flashback.
Tom Welling's here.
We're going to do a podcast
Throughout the year, we've got a lot of season ahead of us.
It's big talk.
This is good fan stuff.
Yeah, there was some good
stuff. If you're watching the show, this is good stuff.
Yeah.
On Smallville.
Yeah.
They made it like this is the first time they've seen the guy ball.
That's hard.
I thought it was pretty dark.
It's Talkville.
We're pumped.
The Smallville Rewatch Podcast.
You got to be a part of it.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.